180! I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Obama! Obama! Obama!
Now a first down throw. Gone. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wentz. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Breaks the tackle, now an alley. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Mike 54. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on.
Wilson now. Going to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Value 3. Value 3. 54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. Buzz.
From the gun, here's Gone. This is Reese on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
180. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Maverick. Check 6 guys. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Check.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
21-0, our score after 1. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Watch 54, watch 54. Check pass, check pass.
Hold on. Check.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Ric Flair.
Come on, boy.
Out of the gun, gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Your shot. Hey, take your shot, self back to huddle. Shot, self back to huddle.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Good track.
Goff now looking to throw. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Here we go. Pac-Man. 180.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Go. 180.
50. Hey, come on now.
Let's go. Great.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
Here we go. 180.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
Two Jack. Hang in there now.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 50. Here we go.
Ram.
Now Wentz. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Tiger.
Gone. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
14.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, empty.
On play action, Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes as his guys continue to pour it on. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive, with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now gone. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw again on second down. Goff. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now Goff on first down. Hey, and for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
That pick-6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point safely through, and a rout is on here in this first half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch 54. This is our time. This is our time, guys.
Merlin.
Mike spot 4.
Back to throw. Gone. Open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now gone. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
One flip.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Now Wilson on first down. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's get it. Good job right there.
Now it's Wilson, rolling to his right. He'll run it. He'll have a first down past the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mike spot 4. They can't hang with us. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. That's right.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, well, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Alert.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the out. Watch.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Goff now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's first and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
You don't know no better.
Mike's 54.
Gone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On third down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10.
Great 15. Great 15.
To throw, it's Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Hey, kill. Hey, Fort Tokyo. Hey, Delta.
50.
Hey, Bush.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Wentz now to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Watch the slant.
After the interception, here's Goff. He's got his big tight end, Fant, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, 5.
Mike's 54.
Throwing again on second down. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
It comes to me, it's me.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike Shell. 50, Mike 50.
It's our time. It's our time.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Returnable for Grant. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's win championships, baby.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Ready? 5-9.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, let's get this.
Brand.
Check 24. Chance. Kill.
Hey, stack.
Kill. Turn up.
4 Tokyo.
51.
Hey, Echo.
51's the mic. It's coming this way. Here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And the catch made by Hopkins. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A 42
And the kick by Butker is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wilson now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. They go play action with Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Value 3. Value 3. 11. 11.
Another try after the first down sack. Goff. And he will find his man on the outside. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Broncos on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Value 1.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. The first carry for Josh Adams. And he's got some space here. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there on the option. 63 yards on the ground.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Go tonight. 120.
Right there, 56. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Deuce.
Cornell.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Watch 54. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Let's go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's now third and goal.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here.
Mike's 56. Mike's 54. It's been a long day for you. Hey, watch that. Check Mike.
This time Wilson will throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Shorty.
To throw is Wentz. Safarian Jenkins has it. But I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
54 Mike. Stay with your man.
Friday.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Tell us, guys. Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Five.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You ain't got nothing.
After the sack on first down, Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Okay, double it.
Hey, Mike 7.
One set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got one.
Here we go on fourth. Goff. He's going to let it. This is caught inside the 15. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Goff now looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
To throw is Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Lion.
Wentz to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Check Mike 21. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Sunday.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one is caught by Hunt. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
82, 40.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go, here we
Go, go. Kill.
Mike 51. I got it.
50.
On first down, Wentz. This complete to Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go, back man. Waiting.
You just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all good.